is going on? We are going to get right into it. I hope everybody is enjoying all the things. It is Saturday. It is the middle of the summer. What are you doing on X? Probably the same thing I am doing. You can't get away from it. So it is what it is. Obstacles. So I decided to switch things up. I do the secret sauce instead of at the end, at the beginning. Just a little positive sentiment. And I know how in many circles, positivity does not go over well. But obstacles are opportunities to grow stronger. Embrace the challenges. That is what I have to say. Next up, if Bitcoin drops by 15%, WIF is going to be in trouble. The Chicago Board Options Exchange, aka the CBOE, has confirmed launch of the ETFs in the Ethereum nature. These are going live on July 23rd. Price action coming, pending final regulatory approval, but it looks like this is going to happen. And the investment firm Jefferies is now on board with Bitcoin. If Trump is on board with Bitcoin, chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Saturday. It is the July 20th. It is ending the summer run. The heat is coming. We have I think another month and a half of just really slow possible choppiness. We do have some pokers in the fire that may escalate prices, but I really feel like we still have some choppiness to contend with. It does not mean it is not time to start DCAing. That is the best thing I think you can do at the moment. Currently, the crypto greed and fear index, we are raging. We're coming in at a 74. We're up 14 degrees from yesterday. We will take it. This is the last number, but before we move back into the extreme greed zone, now keep in mind, the greed and fear index is a lagging indicator. What does that mean? It means things happen, and this is kind of the reverse tail end showing us confirmation that, yes, sentiment has changed. So do we think Monday, right, brings fresh liquidity to the space, or are people still in vacation mode? These lags, these misses in liquidity, these misses in injections of energy sometimes are not great for the market. That's why I think we still might chop sideways. But what do I know? Top NFT search term for the normies is WorldCoin, ticker sign WLD. It is up 44% on the 7 days. WorldCoin has had a crazy story. They continue to run into grief and problems, but they continue to overcome these problems. Are you invested in WorldCoin? Please let me know in the comments. I will not read them. Next up, top NFT search term for the normies is Trump NFT. As most of you know, he is getting ready to launch yet another NFT collection. Will you be buying? Bitcoin dominance on the 24 hours, it has risen while the ETH dominance has fallen. Total crypto market cap is up about 3.42%, coming in at $2.47 trillion last time I checked. And before we get into some more news, we are going to check the numbers for the nerds. And how do we do that? We are going to pop this up and look at that. We are looking at the heat map. We are going to take a sip. Looking at the heat map, it is absolutely beautiful today. We are seeing just a pretty steady flow of green. Dogecoin is really up on the 24 hours. But on the hour, we have seen some retracement. Things were green when I started the podcast, but it is just testament to how quickly things change in the space. Currently, Bitcoin is trading at $67,302, Ethereum at $3,522, BNB $596, so close to that 600. We've been charting it in the podcast since before 300, knowing it is going to go past 600. Were you involved with that? Solana 173. Do we reclaim the 201 ATH? I think it is coming. It is in sights. Dogecoin has been on a tear. It is up 7% on the day. There was supposed whale activity, just a huge purchase. Toncoin, I listened to a great X Space today with the people from Toncoin. I am super interested in this coin. It is up 396% on the year. It is pretty much flat for the month, week, day, and hour. So we're up dramatically for the year, but for the last month, it has been flat. Is this the pound out? Is this the hammering out of the liquidity that we want? Is it about to go parabolic? There are so many things that excite me about the Ton ecosystem. Are you guys involved? Please let me know. Looking at blockchain by NFT sales volume, we have Solana in the lead for the first time in quite some time, followed by Ethereum and Bitcoin and Polygon coming in number 4. Solana's up 23%, while Ethereum and Bitcoin both fell about 20 and 18% respectively. Solana did about $4.57 million in the last 24 hours. Nice to see. As far as the Ethereum heat map, Bored Apes have pole position, followed by CryptoPunks as far as top movers. We have some new contenders in the race for the Ethereum side of things. We have a line draw, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Milady Maker, CryptoPunks, and Pudgy Penguins rounding out the top 5. Everybody is in the red except a line draw, which is the new entrant to the ecosystem. They are currently trading at 1.14 Ethereum. That is about 4,000 US dollars with 44 trades in the last 24 hours. There are 62 listed. I know nothing about this. The floor price is up about 40% in that 24-hour period, and volume is through the roof. This new ecosystem entrant, I will do a deep dive on this in my Substack tomorrow. Follow up on that. Looking at the top sales on the Ethereum side, we have the standard players. We have some Bored Apes, some Pudgies, nothing we want to deep dive into. When we look at the Solana heat map, we can see kind of what's happening. Mad Lads continue to hold this pole position. It looks like the Retardio cousins have some wicked green. Bodogos, also some wicked green, and some Degenerate Ape Academy, all showing signs of just growth over the last 24 hours. As far as volume goes, SMB Gen 2, Frogana's, Retardio cousins, D-Gods, and Mad Lads rounding out the top 5. So, interesting. We had about 56 D-Gods sale, though the price went down 2%. I'm not... So their volume's up 221%, but the price fell down. It seems like people are exiting that ecosystem at the moment. SMB Gen 2... Yeah, just some interesting stuff. I think the new one, and I kind of opened with the backdrop of this, is the Glorps. I just like this thing. There's 1,337 Glorps in the collection. There's a token associated. I think the price is up 51% in the 24 hours. I bought 3 of these yesterday. I posted it on the timeline when I did so. Did you get in? Let me know in the comments. I will not read them. Looking at the top sales on the Solana side of things. Why are Froganas doing this? So they are moving so much volume. It is just wash trading. That's what it is. But we do have some nice, we had a Retardio and some Mad Lads. The Retardio that sold is a beautiful, beautiful, yeah, what a beautiful specimen for the Retardios. Looking at the top Bitcoin collections, we have Aeons, Runestone, Bitcoin Puppets, Node Monkeys, and Rare Sats rounding out the top 5. Everything is in the red except Aeons, which are a new entrant. 1,141 sales in the last 24 hours, but we only have one pending. Does interest fall off that quickly? In this space, it absolutely does. If you got in on that and you are up 63%, well done. If you are on the downside of that, I apologize that you were late. Looking at the top sales on the Bitcoin ecosystem, we have a Bitcoin Shroom sold for one solid Bitcoin. That is about $66,535 at the time of that transaction, followed with some Quantum Cats, some OMBs, some Bitcoin Puppets, and some Node Monkeys, the standard players. Looking at the runes, if you guys have been in the runes, please let me know. We are trading basically flat. Dog Go to the Moon is up about 8%, while BAMP is down 6%. Everything else is basically flat. Top 5 volume goes to Fihu, Dog Go to the Moon, BAMP, Arsic, Genesis, Rune, and Pups World Peace. Now, let's get into some news that caught my eye. This is a gentleman named David Cham, and supposedly David and his ideology was part of the inspiration that helped Satoshi Nakamoto create Bitcoin. He is by no means staking. He is the reason. He just came up with some really interesting things in his days. So he is the inventor of mixed networks, blind signatures, and eCash. He focused on privacy and security back in the early day. He founded something called DigiCash. It was the first electronic money company. They faced bankruptcy for a number of reasons in about 1998, but he introduced crucial concepts to the community. Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper built on Cham's cryptographic techniques. Satoshi was able to finalize some of the theories that Cham had put forth, so it was a completion in some of Cham's ideology. So it's interesting to see some history and some spotlight shed on where some of these original ideas may have come from. Next up, we have Wazer X. So this may be off of most people's radars. Now, this is a giant exchange in India. The reason why it is on my radar is because a friend of mine is a SHIB holder. And what happened is the hackers were able to just rife this exchange, and a lot of what they pulled was Shiba Inu. And they put it through a mixer, then proceeded to sell it on Uniswap, and it drove the price down dramatically. Now, somebody came in and happened to save Shiba Inu, and it's an interesting story, which I'll get into in my Substack at a later date. But WazerX has basically come up, and they are going to offer a bounty program. So, Zach XBT, you should get in on this WazerX bounty. The co-founder has stated that WazerX is reaching out to over 500 exchanges to block addresses linked to these stolen funds. So WazerX is seeking an expert to help monitor and trace the stolen assets. The breach was about $235 million. So please tag ZachXBT in this post and look up WazerX because they desperately are in need of your assistance, my friend. Ethereum's price may decline once the initial excitement of the ETFs rubs off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Are you of that mindset? What are you going to be doing with your Ethereum? Benjamin Cowell of Intro into the Cryptoverse has stated that we are seeing basically an increase in the supply of Ethereum, but he suggests that Ether's price may go lower in the next 3 to 6 months, but it could rebound in the next 1 to 5 years. So again, these fluctuations in the market, are these things you are playing, or are you in it for the long term? It is a much different ideology, a much different way to proceed. One is hands-on, one is hands-off. And I think there are winning strategies to both. I would love to know in the comments. These comments, I'm not going to read them. I am not going to read them, so don't even worry about that. Okay, next up, Mt. Gox. This has been an eyesore in the crypto space for 10, 11 years now. And all of it is coming to an end. It is not done. It is by no means done. So the process to date is currently only 36% complete, meaning we have more Bitcoin coming into the market. We seem to have handled what was dumped thus far. Germany made an absolutely blunder. Do you think other countries that are looking to add Bitcoin to their reserves will look at these Mt. Gox sellings as an opportunity to double down and pick up the best reserve currency in the world? So they are looking at 1,545 Bitcoin to Bitbank, 48,641 Bitcoin to Kraken, and about 90,344 Bitcoin. Basically, $5.77 billion remains to be distributed over the next few months. Now, how they distributed this, does it ebb, does it flow? All of these are questions that the market will anxiously be awaiting to see. And what's interesting is this is going to coincide with kind of, in my opinion, where the bull market really kicks off, which is September, when the last U.S. holiday, Labor Day, is over. Kids are back in school. Winter is coming. End of the year is coming. There is just this wonderful movement in autumn that I absolutely love to see, and I think it is going to be ignited by this. I think somebody is going, if we see a Bitcoin price drop, somebody is going to do absolutely well scooping up sizable pieces of Bitcoin at a possible discount. So that is coming, in my opinion. Now, whale alert. A single whale moved just a massive amount of money. They bought about $800 million worth of Dogecoin. This stuff is just amazing to see when it happens. It's amazing to think that all this stuff happens online, and that's just how we get it now. Now, Solana price has surged 20% recently over the past week, with a significant 8.5% jump on Friday. It recently broke through some key resistance level and is showing super bullish gains. Watching a W pattern. It looks like Solana is going to go up to 174. We are super excited about that, and I want to double check what are we at right now. So I love it. So this 174 number that, in my view, we have to push past. So we're coming in at 173.818 at the moment. Once we get past that, I think good things are going to happen. Now, One last thing, and this is kind of a new thing, and I just wanted to pass this along to you guys. There's an app, and it is called breaktheweb.co. I have it pulled up on my computer, but the app is really a great feature. And what is interesting about this, and these are the trending topics on the web. And why is this important? If you are a crypto trader, a meme coin trader, these are the trends that are going to ignite things. So just real quick, we saw the CrowdStrike outage. We know that Microsoft attempted an update. CrowdStrike attempted an update that did not go well. Boom, everything went out. We have the Trump rallies. Some interesting things with the Trump rally. Where was the sun? Where was Little Trump, Barron Trump? So Sheila Jackson Lee, Texan Democrat Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, a strong voice in Congress, has passed away at 74. I am in Texas, and I did not know that. So that is terrible to hear. Disneyland strike. We have Bangladesh curfew. We have bridge collapsing. We have Gaza strikes. Like, you guys, I love the news because it's important about how it affects our cycle, where crypto's going. And these little updates are super important and a great way for you to keep tuned in on what might be coming down the pike. If you are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack today. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.